What's up, everybody? It's Wapacha, and I am making an update video to the Voltaxic Poison Lightning Trapper that I've been playing the past few days, and there have been some pretty substantial changes. Big one, the wings. Yeah, the fucking wings. Nah, actually, I think my character looks really dope right now. But no, really though, what I feel like the big changes are I am now using a I am now using a Cospris will. The reason that I'm doing this is because I'm trading a slight bit of defense for offense. Now that I'm using a Cospris, I'm losing that 20% less damage taken portion that we have on Kintsugi. And instead, I am leveraging your poison. You could poison cursed enemies on hit. So I'm actually using that as a way to have a pseudo 6-link in my lightning trap setup. And it's going pretty well. And because of this, I've also done a couple of other things to adjust the build a little bit. Here we could see that I have taken Hexmaster. And this is mostly for the AoE and for the effect. The way that I look at this, that this makes my curses 10%, or gives them 10% increased effectiveness, and it gives them 20% AoE. So per point, that's 3.5% effectiveness per point, and about 6.5% effect or AoE per point on that. The other thing that I have done is I have also gone Eldritch Battery in order to do this, because now on my Blasphemy, I actually run Blasphemy with increased AoE and Enfeeble, and then I also run Wrath. I also have a cast with damage taken set up with Immortal Call and Temporal Chains. I'm actually, the enhance is just there, just for the moment. It's extremely temporary. I actually, in doing all this, I lost the ability to link my Enduring Cry, so I have to pretty much choose between Enduring Cry or a Stone Golem. So, but yeah, so honestly, the choice to move over to a Cospris happened yesterday while I was streaming. I can't remember, someone had asked a question about the links, and I was like, oh, well, I have a Cospris, I'll just throw that on. And as I was using it, I didn't lose too much life. I lost, you lose like 200, because Kintsugi does not have that much life on it. But when I swapped over to Cospris, I started using it. I was like, you know what, I kind of like this, because for the most part, I'm going to be in range of most of the things that I am killing. So there should be some gameplay going right now for you guys, so you can kind of see what I'm talking about with all this. But yeah, this is the changes that I've been doing recently to this build. I dropped out of the Scion Life Wheel. I'm no longer traveling all this way, just because it's a pretty big gap to get to this, and it just doesn't offer me anything other than life. And although it's a lot of life, there are other parts of my tree that offer life as well. Thick skin down here is not something that's used in too many builds, but I'm just using this as a way to really save as many points as possible. Eventually, I'll also be grabbing these 3 life nodes up by Duelist. And yeah, I'm also going to be going right through here, through the Entropy Wheel, dropping these 2 eventually. I don't necessarily know when, I may not. I also did grab Static Blows now. Static Blows is something that I'm not sure if I'm going to be using, because honestly, once your traps deal enough damage, I feel like this is kind of insignificant. When I was running my previous setup, I felt much more strongly about getting Static Blows, but now that I have an effective 6-link, and with the possibility of a 7-link coming up, because I am saving fusings and I'm gonna try to 6-link this bastard, but with that coming up, I might have an effective 7 link, and that will actually do a lot for this build, because if I could manage to get a 7 link or a 6 link on this bow, I think I could pretty much use Lightning Trap as my AoE and single target option. My 6th link would obviously be, not obviously, but it would be Void Manipulation. And because right now I'm currently using Trap and Mind damage. So if I could actually get Lightning Trap to have enough damage to be my single target option, being able to drop Bear Trap will relieve so much pressure on my links and give me a few more defensive options. So now that I'm using a Cospris and I have the option to have a second curse, I don't feel like I'm getting the full benefit of that, because I am unable to, because I'm using Wrath for one, and my Temporal Chains is in my cast when damage taken setup. This just means my cast when damage taken setup isn't, it's not going off that often. I could probably make it. I could have a real low level cast when damage taken setup, but I would prefer this be on Blasphemy. So what I could do is, let me pull this up. I can technically use an Essence Worm. Now, why I could use an Essence Worm is because, let's see, make sure we can see this, yeah. Because increased area of effect gives a 40% mana multiplier, okay? And that pretty much makes Enfeeble on Blasphemy a 50% reservation, a little bit less, okay? Essence Worm is also a 40% multiplier. So this means if I were to use an Essence Worm, socket Wrath in the Essence Worm, I could then run with Temporal Chains and Enfeeble on Blasphemy. This would be very good defensively and would also help me out a little bit offensively by making my poison last longer. So yeah, that's just something that's down the road. Obviously, that's something that I'm probably not going to be really looking into for quite some time, because it's gonna cut even further into my life pool. You know, if I drop this, you could see I dip down to just above 5k, and I honestly would like to be around 6k. And there are some areas where I could get more life. Like I could get more life here. I could get more. No, I can't get any more life here. I could get a little bit more life here. I could technically get more life on a ring if and only if it's a coral base, or if it has strength as a suffix. I picked up this amulet today for 25 chaos. This amulet has a lot of life on it and is pretty good overall. And it fit exactly what I needed. So yeah, the Essence Worm thing is something that I could potentially do, but as of right now, I'm just going to kind of hold off. I really just want to get a 6 link. So there you guys go. There's my short build update for the Voltaxic Voltaxic Poison Lightning Trapper. If you guys have any questions, comments, or any ideas, let me know in the comments below. If you've been enjoying what I've been doing recently, I would appreciate it if you guys share the channel and share the videos, because I have been putting a lot of effort into actually constantly putting out content relevant to Path of Exile, and I'm going to continue to do so. I also streamed last night. That had gone really well. Big shout out to Grams, because Grams actually did donate me $60 so I could buy a supporter pack from GGG. And so I was able to buy the first tier supporter pack for Atlas of Worlds. And then I got these, again, really dope wings. So thank you, Grams. I really appreciate it. Again, everyone, thank you very much. I'll see you later.